رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله
إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا وسيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله صلوات الله وسلامه وبركاته عليه يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما أما بعد فإن خير الكلام كلام الله جل في العلا وأحسن هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وشر الأمور محدثاتها وكل محدثة بدعة وكل بدعة ضلالة وكل ضلالة في النار. We all have a role to play in society. The foundation of society as Muslims, we were created to worship Allah. That is the foundation. That is the origin. That if anyone deviates from that, they will be destroyed. We are all created to worship Allah in a manner which He is pleased with. Also, the Sunnah of our Prophet ﷺ has shown us clear detail of what is the foundation and the origin that will bring harmony and rectification to society in every aspect and on every level. Islam gave us the answer to how to live and function productively in society. Well, also branches from that clear instructions that if we deviate from any of these instructions and any of this guidance, if we deviate from that, a blink of an eye, then, as we know, dhulm will take place. Oppression will take place where something has been put out of the position it was supposed to be in, and it will now remove that harmony and stability. For what we're saying here in these foundations, Allah clearly lays in His book, the men are the protectors and maintainers of the women and children. That's the duty of the men. That is their role in society. If you have something in your chest against that, then you have something in your chest against what your Lord has revealed. It's simple and clear. That is the origin. The origin is the men are the providers, the maintainers, the sustainers, the protectors over the men and women. Does anyone have a problem with that? That's what Allah has sent down. That's our religion. That's the duty of men in society. Now we see affairs have taken place which is what everyone. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala also says in His book that the role of the women in society to attain harmony and peace, the women is to raise the children and maintain the home domestically. All of this will bring balance and harmony to society because everyone knows their role and they stick to it, and as a result of it, they will attain happiness in this world and the hereafter. So those are the origins, no doubt. That's the origin that all of us have to submit to wholeheartedly, without any reluctancy, without any type of feeling within ourselves that that which Allah has revealed is incorrect. That's disbelief, and that will now, as a result of it, bring destruction to that individual in this world along with the hereafter. However, what do we see now? We've seen a shift. After these ayat in the book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in His book, الرجال قوامون على النساء بما فضل الله بعضهم على بعض وبما أنفقوا من أموالهم فالصالحات قانتات حافظات للغيب بما حفظ الله. Clear ayah. Allah has now preferred the men over the women, of course. Meaning that they're the ones who's supposed to fulfill the duties of spending, maintaining, providing, giving safety, security. That's the role that Allah has said. And the women are salihat, qanitat, hafizat lil-ghayb. Allah has given them their duty and their role in society so they will not be oppressed either. With the domestic duties in which Allah has clearly laid down for them. All of this is not no type of male chauvinistic. La. Rather, it's to put everyone in each individual's role in which Allah has created them for so they can be comfortable in this world. Along with the hereafter. Like we just mentioned, however, we've seen a shift. Some people blame society and the way things are set up. To a degree, it makes things difficult. No doubt. May Allah aid us. But what about situations that we do have control over? We have now become comfortable in not playing our individual roles in society. men and women both. In the community, within our households, we, and I say we, I'm speaking and addressing my beloved brothers in this moment. And I question all the time, where are the men these days? Where are they? It's like they've vanished, gone. In every aspect. As far as in mannerisms, as far as in thinking before they speak, as far as not speaking so much, but rather their actions are more than their speech in most cases. Very emotional and sensitive. Not being listening in order to what? Listen in order to hear, not to always rebuttal and respond, which is another feminine quality that a lot of men have adopted. Just listening and being quiet, not always just to always give an answer and reply back to. All these are things that are now, which are considered manly, are vanishing, gone. Where are the real men? And I'm not just talking about the men with the name, the real men. Why are women working harder than us in worldly affairs and religious affairs? Our sisters support our masjid, host fundraisers, study groups, in and out of the masjid. The women are advocating for our youth. Now, no doubt, women outnumber us, no doubt. Still, their productivity has surpassed us, even in studies, and we wonder why they don't respect us. Some of us brothers, some of us have become too comfortable with our women having more than us financially. And no, we don't want to have a community of impoverished, undereducated people. That's not where I'm going with it. However, and I'm going to say this frankly and explicitly, it's not okay to pimp your wife in society so you can live lavishly and play boss with the next woman, knowing that you're living off your wife, driving around in her car, spending her money on another woman. Where are the men? Where's the jealousy for what? For ones, women and their families. We know that in the authentic sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ, which comes in authentic sunnah al-Nasa'i, on the authority of Abdullah ibn Umar, ثلاثة لا ينظر الله إليهم يوم القيامة العاق بوالديه والمرأة المترجلة والديوث وفي رواية الذي يقر في أهله الخبث. 3 who Allah will not look to on the day of resurrection. A disrespectful, undutiful child to his parents. And a woman that imitates men. A woman is mutarajjila. She has movements, speech, mannerisms, characteristics of a man. And the Messenger of Allah himself said it. A dayuth, a pimp. The Messenger of Allah said it. A pimp, a dayuth. And another narration, it says, an undutiful, disrespected child to his parents, and the one who's addicted to intoxicants, and the one who always reminded people of the favors in which he has given. These are the affairs of what we're speaking about now. So it's not okay, as we was mentioning, that you now become a pimp or pimp your wife. So you can live lavishly while you play boss with the next woman. As if you're the man holding it down. Yeah, I'll hold it down. Not realizing the other woman's not realizing the wealth comes from the first wife. That she's the one providing and holding him down. And I'm saying this because I'm tired of brothers lying. Not being truthful. Coming to me, oh yeah, I pay all the bills. I don't even know why she's talking like that, why she's acting like that. And then I find out the brother's lying. Lying to my face. the affairs what we're speaking about. And then you have the opposite side of the extreme, which we'll talk about in another khutbah. The opposite side of the extreme. Brothers who fully financially stabilize their families, which necessitates for him to be a tyrant in his house. Which is another extreme. So you just go from one extreme to another extreme. Think they can speak to their wife in any which way? You have to be submissive to me because I provide everything and pay all the bills. Which does not necessitate for you to be a tyrant in your house and talk to your wife in any which way you feel. That's not from the religion, you know that. The problem is instabilities, imbalances. We just go from one extreme to the next. No moderation. So this is not where we're going with it. We're asking these questions and I'm asking for all of them. So now we're not going to go to the opposite side of the extreme. The first extreme we just mentioned. To the point in these days and times we become okay with our wives wearing makeup outside. Fitted abayas, tight fitted abayas outside. We're now going to that extreme. Not caring that my wife got work done and then they want to brag about it on social media. Makeup on. See my wife now, she see this figure she got now. That's mine. Heavy. Really? Taking her abaya off. And I've heard the stories of women remove it as if when you travel, it's time to stop practicing Islam when they travel. Taking her abaya off to travel just because she keeps you in labels with her credit cards. So I don't mind it. She holds me down. She can do what she wants. Oh man, since when has it been okay to become a woman's liability? Ask these questions. When has it become okay to be a woman's liability? These are all go against these ayat and these authentic texts. Brother, are we being real crafty? This is another game I see play with a lot of women and a lot of brothers. See, brothers will come in and they'll listen to a woman, right? They'll listen to her. Be real crafty. Finding out what is her insecurities. So I can capitalize. What is she insecure about? Let me listen. And being her partner in crime. What's the crime? Aiding her in displeasing the law so you can be comfortable? That's a true crime. And what kind of love is that? Sisters, no man should be comfortable with not being able to take care of you. You should see within him, like, it really stresses me out that you have to help me. A man never, ever, ever, even if he's forced in certain situations, never should feel comfortable that his wife is holding him down. Except in certain circumstances when she has to. Where it tells you she's a good woman. When the things get rough and when something happens. Because something can happen inevitably at any given moment. You can get into a car accident. You can get sick. You can get injured on your job. But ultimately, she knows you're a good man, and if you had it, you'd be taking care of her. That's why she's holding you down right now. But a man initially never, ever, ever, ever is pleased with a woman taking care of him fully to the point where he's just totally comfortable with it, and I'm like, well, she got me. These are the affairs that we're speaking about, and we're exhorting our brothers and sisters about, and this is the medicine that we also need for ourselves to now play a role or reason in rectifying these issues and these problems. The text in the Kitab the Sunnah is clear as the sun in the sky. However, we have to now apply Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin. الحمد لله وحده والصلاة والسلام على من لا نبي بعده وعلى آله وصحبه ومن تمسك بسنته إلى يوم الدين وسلم تسليما كثيرا. أما بعد. We said, sisters, no man should be comfortable with not being able to take care of you, even if you can take care of yourself. He should work hard to try to aid you. He should be diligent in making those 2 jobs that you're working, 1. Should not be okay with your young kids going from daycare to school. So they what? So the ultimate goal, or they want to now go to the daycare, go to the school, to daycare, so he can just chill while you play his role. While you play his role. Sisters, a true man will challenge you to learn your religion. That's what a true man will do. Challenge you to learn your religion. Women, you must educate yourself. There aren't any excuses. The truth is in the palm of our hands. The things you do to please a man who's displeasing to Allah. And you find that a lot of people do this. Carry out affairs to a man who's displeasing to Allah. If he finds contentment in his heart to not attend Jum'ah, if he finds contentment in his heart with you, paying his bills, working harder than him, if he plays now, as they say, the disobedient game, because I've heard brothers do this, the disobedient game, when he's not providing anything. The disobedient game, I call it. What do we mean by that? Meaning that your independence is good. It pays for my Gucci and my Prada. But when you have to give sadaqah to the masjid, or to help your mother, or in affairs like that, oh, you're being disobedient. Sisters, this is not correct. I need my sisters to look for quality husbands. Quality husbands. What do I mean by a quality husband? A man that drives a nice car? Because this is for my sisters and against what I'm saying, well, against what I'm saying to them now. Just because a man drives a BMW that's 2021 or 2022 doesn't mean that he's going to what? Actually get that wealth that he spends for himself to you. Doesn't mean that. I know a lot of people, a lot of wealth, and they're tight-fisted. They make sure they good, but the question is, are they going to make sure you good? But we all about a facade to brag. See, this is my husband on the side. No one in the side, you're miserable with that. Because his religion displeases you. But it's all about a facade to what it seems to be happy. This is what the affairs we're speaking about. We're not talking about there's nothing wrong with having worldly things if one has it, but at the same time, he's excellent towards his family, not only monetarily, but also how he treats her. Because it's all part of the package of marriage. It's not just, oh, I provide, give her anything, I give her a $20,000 pocketbook, and then you wonder why, when she divorces you, she loves a man that has way less than you. Why? Question. Ding, 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 ding. Man, I gave her $20,000 pocketbooks. How's she all in this guy's style to love this husband now that she got? He don't have anywhere equal or close to what I have. Because he understands that hadith and Prophet said, where you didn't apply it, which is to treat her kindly. You provided for her, but you forgot the other aspect. He now knows how. These are the affairs we're calling all of us out on. All of us. We need to hear this medicine to penetrate our hearts, even if one gets mad Abdur Razzaq. So what we're saying in this regard, brothers and sisters, these are the type of disobedient games. It's sad to say the disobedient games that people play with their spouses. So it applies here for being obedient, but here, oh, you're being disobedient. If it's for the masjid, it's for what's a good cause. But as long as I give you Gucci and Prada, everything is good, that's the basis of our relationship. Dunya? Really? Sisters, this is not correct. I need my sisters, again, to look for good quality husbands. And I'm going to give you an example. Listen, this is relatively speaking, so I want everyone to comprehend what I'm about to say. And this is not what I'm condoning, but if this is the person's circumstance, where a man is doing his utmost effort, he's doing the best that he can. He exhausted all avenues to make sure his family is good, even though he might not wear the most greatest of clothes. But a man, and I'm going to say this to all of us, I'd rather be walking around down the street looking okay looking, and that my wife and child, they look the best. I can live with that. And that the creation look down upon me, look at him. I know in the back of my mind, I'm a man. My wife and my children look good. My wife looks good, my children look good, they're good. I can live with that. I have a haircut for 2-3 weeks, but my wife and my children are good. I feel good going to sleep at night. That's how a man should conduct himself. Not the opposite. Where your child looks any old type of way, and your wife looks any old type of way, and you're wearing the sharpest of clothes. That is dishonorable as a man. Not saying that if you do all three. I'm not saying that. Try to look good. But if the circumstances come where you have to, I prefer that my children and my wife are taken care of over myself, because now your wife, when she sees that a good woman, a good quality woman, will be like, he's a good man. When I get the opportunity, I'm going to make sure he's good. I got him. Because he made sure me and my family straight. While he was knowing that he didn't have the best of clothes and time at that particular time, but once I get it, I'm going to do good to him. And I'm going to do right by him. Because he's a good person, he knows his responsibilities. The last thing we mentioned, and this is the example I forgot to give. See the brother that makes $200 a week, but he's exhausting all efforts. He's doing everything he can. He's hustling. He's doing what he can. He's exhausting all efforts. He's doing the best he can. The circumstance, maybe he just got released out of prison or what have you. But he gives you every dime. It's better than a man who feels like he shouldn't maintain you because you make more than him. Does everyone comprehend that? Sisters, stop telling yourselves to sit down. Stop. Let me say this. Stop selling yourselves as sit-downs. Blurting out your worth. Selling yourself. Well, yeah, I got this job, I got this, and I got this car. Any man now really listening who has some issues to set you up, he's just taking it all in like, I know your insecurities. If you learn, you wouldn't what? Compete. Man comes in, says we need was to provide, and if you see by certain questions, and which will, inshallah, will teach the people how you can detect signals of certain things, or what? Certain people, what kind of qualities they have. Just based upon the questions that they ask, or they don't ask, or what they refrain to ask. If you learn more, like we said, if you gain self-worth about yourself and confidence by your Lord committed with the other, make dua to Allah instills in you self-worth of yourself. Make dua for that. Allah, make me a confident person, not an arrogant person. Confident. Confident in what you have sent down, confident in me in embracing it, confident in me applying it. Not caring about the creation and the pressures of society, what they will put upon me so I can follow behind it, so I can be destroyed along with them. Allah Wallahi al-Azim. If the women study this religion, you will find that Allah has gave the greatest of honor to women. The greatest. And that society here in these non-Muslim lands is what's humiliating them. even though in their mind they think they're free. But it's all filth and disgusting and dishonor of a woman just looked in the light of a sex object is not honorable. Brothers, it's time to change. Not next week, not tomorrow, right now. Apply Islam, all of us, on ourselves. Treat these women the way you want your daughter to be treated. Stop being a liar and a manipulator to obtain dunya. This world is only temporary. Help the communities. Work diligently and hard to save our youth. They're dying left and right. We're in a state of emergency and dire urgency where we need all hands on deck. Everyone. All hands on deck. We must be ready to save our families, not only just physically, but mentally, where everyone is losing it. And the most important out of all of that, religiously, preparing them for the life of the grave is the greatest honor and duty you can do for your family. We can do better. And I'm going to keep, like I said, out of love for my brothers and sisters, as we want to say, just on the regular terms, on a regular basis, to be clear, chewing them out. Why? Because it's all out of love. We're not like the deviant masjid. We see where the sickness is emanated from or stemming from, we speak about it. That's what makes us distinguished from the people of bid'ah. When the people of bid'ah, they always want to come to khutbahs so they don't want to what? Rock and shit or rub anyone wrong just to get some bread and money. No! The Salafis say what is causing destruction and harm to them. That's the reason why Allah, one of the reasons why the dawah is flourishing in the city and all over the dunya. Why that dawah is falling and collapsing in front of us. However, we still need to keep our closets clean. Keep admonishing one another for the good we want, especially for our women and our families and for our children. For may Allah Ta'ala make us all better. May Allah Ta'ala allow us to save our children and these youth from deviation and from kufr and murder. وصلى الله وسلم وبارك على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك وآخر دعوانا أن الحمد لله رب العالمين وأقيم الصلاة.